This is MMA Crazy, and we're here with Makwan Amirkhani. Now, there's been a lot of back and forth between you and your opponent, Mike Wilkinson. So, can you tell us where that stemmed from?
Mike wants to make a name out of himself, but that's sad because I'm the opponent, and I will just make the end of that story.
So did it stem from obviously your TKO or KO knockout of Niklas Backstrom? Because obviously you two are good friends.
Yeah, of course. Niklas is my friend. I love him, and that was beginning of this story. I didn't like how he finished Niklas when he got that one lucky punch. And now everybody is talking about his punching power. Come on, it was that was just one lucky punch, and they are talking he's overrated, and he thinks that I'm a bum and I'm not on his level. But I'm really happy. I'm really happy that this Saturday I'm gonna meet Mike Wilkinson, because he will be in shock when he feel my power for the first time.
So did you ask for Mike Wilkinson, and if so, was that to avenge the loss for Niklas Backstrom?
Yeah, that was one of the reasons, but of course then I saw that I know how good Niklas can be when he is at his best level. And when I saw that this guy, kind of guy that Mike won against him, I said, I'm gonna eat this guy alive.
So you were training at All Stars, you made the move to SPG. What made you make that move?
Well, I don't want to say anything specific, but I had to go somewhere, and the SPG was close, and I knew that there was good fighters, so I saw a good opportunity to go and look what is happening in SPG, and it was a smart move from me.
So what's your relationship like with All Stars now?
It's good, with some of the people from the All Stars probably not, but there is a lot of fighters, and with most of them, still having a contact.
So it wasn't on bad terms?
Well, of course, everybody has bad terms with somebody. You can't like everybody, but I don't want to train for a fight in a place where somebody can give me some stress. So I had to get away and start from clean table, and SPG was a good plan for me.
So what's life been like at SPG, and how's your training for this camp?
Well, of course good, since I look like this and I look sharp and I feel sharp, and I think it was a really nice and smart move from me to go there and just see how they work, what has Conor done that nobody has done. Then I see that it's so much technique, so much the training is so much smarter. Then of course I felt like, good Makwan, you did the right decision.
So what's it like working or training alongside Conor?
Well, of course, I saw Conor only on last day, but to me the big thing was training with John Kavanagh. That was the main thing that I was trying to look for in SPG.
And how have the preparations been? Are you training specifically for Wilkinson?
Well, now it's more professional. Everything that I do is more professional. The way I eat, the way I sleep, how I do my training, how I spend my normal day. Everything has a schedule. I'm living the life right now.
And are you interested? Obviously, Conor does a lot of the movement work. Are you interested, or have you started learning anything?
Well, no, I have my own style. I'm a wrestler. So I hold on that. So, but of course there were, he's a southpaw. So John was, teaching me some things, and he bought a boxing coach for me. And for the first time, the boxing coach said that, "Are you a boxer?" And I said, "No, I'm a wrestler." He said, "Well, you punch really heavy." So it was nice to hear those words.
So obviously you and Mike Wilkinson have had a lot of like first and second round finishes. So how do you see the fight on Saturday unfolding? Do you see it going the whole way?
Definitely not, you know.
What if you don't get a first round submission or a knockout this time? Will you be satisfied or?
Well, it doesn't matter to me. If we go to second round, I'm gonna play with him. You know, have you seen that Nurmagomedov fights where the wrestler says when he goes to a corner after second round, he says that he's good on top. You know, Mike will have the same feeling. You know, helpless. He will trying to ask help from referee, from everybody. You know, this will be. You know, I will dominate this fight wherever it goes.
Are you plan on taking the fight to the ground or?
Wherever it goes, I'm ready.
How do you assess Mike as a fighter?
Stupid.
As a fighter?
As a fighter, stupid.
I mean about his fighting skills.
Still stupid.
He said that you fought bums. What did you think about that?
He will feel this on Saturday, then he knows.
And what's it like coming to the UK as well and to London to fight?
I don't care where we fight. I know that, you know, like my coach said, you know that when you enter that arena, they will probably, you know, boo for you, but they won't do that after your fight. I'm pretty sure.
So you're thinking that he's obviously going to have the home crowd advantage, but you don't care?
No, I don't care. You know, I have been there many times, and always when I live there, you know, the crowd love me. You know, they love the guy who, you know, deserved the win.
And quickly before we let you go, what's your prediction on Diaz and McGregor?
Like I said, it will be, you know, first round, second round TKO by Conor. His backhand, boom.
Thank you for talking to us. Thank you.